see here. Anybody in the chat, let me know if you can hear us over here.
Oh no, are we live?
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
we are.
This is horse shit. I have to get up.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to, man.
My blankets are coming with me for a second. No, I'm just gonna turn off this other stream I'm watching. So I can focus, you know?
I'm not going
Like a
to
real professional.
hold it past you to relax while we're streaming, dude. I mean, I think it's fine.
I'm gonna be chillaxed.
Chillax, God. I'm not allowed.
Super chillaxed.
I'm not allowed to use that word, right? I'm too old for that word. It sounds weird.
Look, I'm too old for that.
Sounds weird when it comes
Is that
out.
how that works? You're too old for it.
Think so.
Oh man.
Oh, I can put fucking Twitch chat on my phone?
That's right. You can do it.
What a time to be alive.
Oh my God.
We live in the future, boys.
We do.
Oh my Lord.
This is the future.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you knew, but 2020, that was the future.
I don't know, man.
What?
I don't feel like this
Past
is.
Yeah. When I was growing up, 2020, that was the future.
Well, remember all the Mega Man games were 20XX, right?
Exactly.
tense? Yeah. It was was the Jetsons in 2012? Was that when it was set?
I don't remember.
Was it? I don't know.
Did it have
Yeah,
a year?
I'm looking this up now.
Did the Jetsons have a year?
I thought it was set in like an actual year, and then like we laughed at it because we got there and it was
No,
nothing like
2062.
that.
It takes place in 2062.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, we got some time.
Yeah, we've got a little bit to go before we have flying cars.
We
that
better
turn
live in
into-
the sky by then, because our fucking ground is going to burn up.
Well, I mean, like we all know why. Like the reason why they thought we were gonna like advance in technology that fast is because like at the time we had been just doing nothing but advancing in technology rapidly. So they were like, oh yeah, it's just gonna keep happening like this.
Yep. And now we can't even stop a stupid disease because we're all idiots.
Because people won't stay home.
Yeah.
Stay home, James.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Fucking jerk.
I
This is
know.
all on you.
All right, dude. You don't even know Ikasukis?
Oh, yeah, chat on my
Ikasukis?
phone, I forgot.
Man, I always joke that you know Arlieth, right? He was the first stream for Evo ever. He actually was on IRC during the Daigo Parry year and stuff, typing out what was happening live because nobody at home could actually see it. So he was kind of relating it, and yeah, he was on there when the freaking Daigo Parry happened and was just like, "Oh my god," you know. It's actually kind of hilarious.
That's so bad. Like,
Oh man! All right, you guys ready for this? You want to just jump in?
y'all ready for this?
Wait, is this
Wow! We
this-
are nerds.
Was that our
Holy
official
balls.
theme? What song were you both happen to be singing for the theme song?
What? Are you kidding me? That's like
Do you actually
the
not know?
sports show. Like, that's like the anthem for every sports.
I mean, if you
ever.
guys actually sang it right, maybe I could tell. But I mean, what?
James, you just don't know.
All right, fine. Let's get this going. You ready?
My mouth is agape. I'm like,
Yeah, like everybody knows this.
I don't know what song you're singing because I can't hear it.
It goes. That's the song. There's no words. It's just y'all ready for this?
Oh, you're singing that? That doesn't sound anything like what that song sounds like.
What? All right.
Oh.
You're just older than you forgot.
Bro, my entire brain like exploded when James was like, "What are you singing?"
Yeah, I think we both nailed it. Like, I don't know what James is on.
I'll have to. Yeah, thank you, John Nitty. Thank you. See. All right. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, yeah.
You all ready for
Are we
this?
gonna go through this again?
All right.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah,
everybody.
putting
Welcome to the Generation Spacing podcast with TuboWare in complete chillax mode right now.
This is how every stream is going from now on, just so you know.
Chilling out,
This is my life
maxing,
now.
relaxing, all cool and all.
Shooting some b-ball outside of the school and a
Thank
couple
you.
of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. Got in one little fight and my mom got scared.
Said you're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air.
I begged and pleaded for her.
Remember when James thought he got street cred for knowing that song?
I never thought I had street cred. I think that's like the nerdiest thing ever, dude. I'm just saying that I knew the real lyrics. I knew the real lyrics, okay?
James didn't think that. I just said that I was just making jokes about you being too white to not know the words to it.
I don't have street cred. I don't think I'm allowed to have street
we
cred.
know. We know.
Damn. I'm glad you fought with me on that one. Thanks.
Yeah, no, not even a little bit.
Thanks. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
What can the stream see of me right now?
Everything.
You're
You can
just
see everything.
Yeah.
This is my OnlyFans debut. You can see everything, guys.
oh my god.
They see to about your knee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, you look really, really comfortable. I haven't tried Iroha out yet, actually. Renato was asking.
No, she's not out yet, is she?
Is she available? I
I
wasn't
thought she wasn't out
I
yet.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't think she's
I
quite
saw videos of her.
right.
Yeah, I thought that was just like hype footage or whatever. But if I'm wrong, my black. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I've seen videos.
I feel like I gotta check to see if she's available right now. I mean, I haven't even really had a chance to mess with Sugetsu yet, and man, it's like crazy, right? Because like I know both, Brandon and I have been like super hyped for Samurai Showdown, but man, recently it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna be
content that it's releasing. It's unfortunately the netcode is not so great.
right.
I mean, everything surrounding that game is pretty not so great at this point, which sucks because before the game came out, it seemed so promising. Like SNK really cared. This time, they really cared.
Yeah.
And they've shown the opposite.
Dude, like the craziest thing about it too is that we talked about this ahead of time. Like them flying out. What's his name? What is his name? He just got hired to do like some crazy job. I can't even remember anymore. But he was the one that got flown out to France. From France to test the input delay to make sure that they fixed it.
Yeah,
and
he was showing them the input delay was terrible, and they fixed it. They fixed it right away.
Yeah, by flying him out, that was crazy.
And also, when the game first came out, there was a bug that made online virtually unplayable, which they fixed. And then the netcode had been okay, but matchmaking is awful, lobbies are broken, and they've not fixed any of those things.
Can they just get Code Mystics to take care of it at this point?
I don't know. I don't know if it's that easy for a modern game.
Yeah,
for
I
them
know.
just to implement netcode, the way they've been doing for the older games. I'm under the impression it's easier for the older ports.
Probably, and also because it is emulation, and they kind of built the stuff around it, right? So I'm sure they built the netcode around it. So Code Mystics just has the ability to go and tweak it. Now that they've done it with a couple of games, they know exactly how to do it for their same games. I'm sure they're using almost exact similar, netcode wrapping around the application and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot simpler. But man, that would be dope, dude. If Samurai Showdown had a good netcode, I'd be so much more pumped about trying to play the game, but I mean, pretty much since Grand Blue came out, I have not played Sam Show just because the online experience is that terrible. I just don't even want to bother.
And that's telling because it's not like Grand Blue's experience is infinitely better or anything.
No, the
It's
netcode's not amazingly better, but I don't have trouble finding matches.
Right.
I can, and like the people that I do have good connections with, it's playable. And it just
Yeah, for me that's like typical ArcSys netcode. The stuff that I was like talking about pre-release was like that's what Granblue is like about, right? Like,
right, yeah. It's...
Certain people were saying that like Dragon Ball and stuff was like, oh, it's good, like it's fine, you know. So like ArcSys does better netcode or whatever, you know. And I was just like, I don't really see the same thing that you guys are seeing. But alright.
It's standard delay. It's really good delay-based netcode, which is still pretty shitty.
I don't even know if I want to say really good delay-based netcode.
It's better than Street Fighter 4 ever was. It's better than like Marvel 3 ever was.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but we've also evolved.
To be honest with you,
you know, still delay-based.
Yeah, no, it's no.
Like, to be honest with you, the main thing really comes down to is it feels fine if you haven't played a lot of online. Because I remember I played in, like, I think it was Injustice 1, and I thought it was okay until I actually played it offline and then tried going back online, and I was like, what the hell? Same thing with, same thing with Tekken 7. I was playing Tekken 7 online, and I never really I didn't feel like the delay-based netcode was so bad, but, I mean, everybody's seen I couldn't fucking block a Snake Edge and shit like that. And then I went to SoCal, and I played with, like, Forwood and a bunch of other guys, and I was blocking everything, and they're like, holy shit, James, your reactions are amazing. And I'm like, I can't block any of this shit online. And I didn't realize how bad it was. And so, you know, a lot of times you're going to feel like it's okay if that's the only experience that you have, and you don't realize what it is you're supposed to be able to do, you know?
Yeah. That actually reminds me of certain, like, things that people were complaining about in terms of balance decisions versus certain characters. Not just Granblue per se, but like for example with Granblue, like certain characters have a stronger like specific options. Like Lancelot, right? Like Jump U, the one where he jumps back to the ground.
Right.
It becomes a lot harder for someone to react and mash out to because of the delay-based netcode, right? So they eventually had to nerf it. But I felt like offline, I was seeing a lot more people hitting him out of doing like jump U shenanigans, and then like online, it was like those same people just couldn't do it like at all. And so eventually they nerfed it, and it seems more like a lot easier, but like. And that could be like applied to a lot of different games and stuff like that.
And it might screw over the players once they get to offline all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be even worse once when the quarantine ends and like Lancelot has like a 20 frame jump U. It's going to be like really hard.
I know. Everyone's just going to be blowing it up all day, and Lancelot's going to turn into this like low tier character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, he's never going to be Whoa! Is that a shark on your...
It is a shark.
It is a shark, yeah.
Is it like a... Is
that
like...
put it on.
Is it like one of those blanket things with the sleeves? Is it like one of those things? Or is it just a blanket with a hoodie on it?
James, I'm going to put it on.
He's trying to show you, James.
I'm just asking because, you know...
James.
Whoa.
I'm putting it on.
Me? Bite?
It says bite me. It says bite me.
See?
Man, I feel so bad for the people listening to this as a podcast right now because
they're just like, what's happening?
Yeah, they don't see.
Ridiculous.
Not only is
I have one of those.
Not only is Brant Tubo like sleeping on the couch in the back of like not even close up to where he's at, he has a cap on with a blue shark blanket hood. Shark head over the cap.
Yeah.
And there are gloves on the blanket that you can put on, and one of them says bite and the other one says me. And now Isaiah's doing the same thing. Oh my god. Is that a Moogle? It's a Moogle. You have
why don't you have one of these, James?
I could pull out my Street Fighter 4. What were those things called? You know, the Snuggies, yeah.
Dude, I had a Street Fighter 4 Snuggie, and I fucking left it at a friend's house and never got it back.
But that's the closest I can get, is I could bust out the Street Fighter 4 Snuggie if you guys really want to. But meanwhile...
We can read the chat. We can read the chat Friday.
Meanwhile, I'm just rubbing
We're just talking about blanket shit.
Read the chat. What are they talking about?
Do I have?
But I did want to like go back into the topic of Sam Show stuff because you guys know far more than I do, so I had to ask this question. So it's not exactly the netcode, but it's the whole of the online experience that's the problems, like lobby systems and stuff. It's not just like the netcode. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, like,
the lobbies are literally broken.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what does that mean? Like, you can't like enter a lobby, or
it means you'll have a lobby with anywhere from 2 to I think it's like 16 people or something.
Okay.
And it could last for 10 minutes or it could last for 3 hours, but eventually it's gonna crash. Like, and it crashes in a way that you can't even get out of the lobby. You have to restart the game. So it's just real fun.
Yeah, I mean, the few times that I've had like direct connections with people, just to play them, it's not terrible. It's doable, but it's just you can't really kind of do it casually,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they've not even addressed this even with like a, hey, we understand something's happening.
No, they said they know it's broken and they're gonna fix it eventually, but it's been months and months and months and months.
Oh, okay. So
it's been since like the game came out, basically.
Holy shit!
I wonder, I wonder if it's because maybe the game didn't sell as well, and so they need to make. No,
they were talking about before the game even came out. It profited alone on pre-sales, which sounded like bullshit to me. But
right. Because what I wonder
was, what if it was bullshit? Like,
I mean, it could have been, but they've also they made a deal with Epic now. There's the PC version. That's another problem.
Yeah.
They practically lied to us about a PC version, right? They gave us like the monkey's paw. They're like, yeah, you're gonna get it, but it's on the Epic Game Store. And at first it was on
Stadia.
Stadia, yeah, it's on fucking garbage Stadia. One, Stadia sucks. Two, no, I'm not playing a fighting game on Stadia.
Right.
So it was on Stadia for 8 months or so, because I think it doesn't come to the Epic Game Store until like June. So it'll be a year that the game was out. So they probably had a year exclusivity deal with Google. And then now they're signing over to the Epic Store.
Yeah.
Which people are just like, holy shit, we want it on Steam.
That's the
Nobody wants to make an Epic Game account unless they play fucking Fortnite.
I feel like the reason why, I feel like that they were happy with the sales at first because maybe it was a little bit more, but then maybe it died and stopped meeting expectations because frankly, they probably were planning a PC release, and then, Google came along and was like, here's a bunch of money because we hear your game isn't execution heavy, so let's put this fighting game on Google Stadia. And then after they finally got that year done with, then all of a sudden another company was like, hey, here's this money so that it's only on this store instead of Steam. And they're probably just taking the money right now because,
I mean, yeah, it's pretty obvious that's what happened,
right.
But just be transparent. Don't keep saying, don't have your fucking community manager on his personal stream during his personal time answering questions like, yeah, the PC version is coming. And he's like, even when Kaiser would say that, he always sounded so down in the dumps when people would like poke him about
really
the PC version. Yeah, dude.
I mean,
he never made official statements about it. Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing is, like, it was like during his like home time, like not office hours. And I get if you're a CM, you don't really have home time, but
yeah.
Anyways, like fucking, he always just seemed frustrated about it. Which I'm not reading as he was mad at the people asking it. I'm reading it as he was pissed off he couldn't say what he wanted to say.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
And
unfortunately,
like, that
for CMs,
sucks.
they get stuck with that kind of shit. Like they.
Well, yeah, but
they
like that's
wanna,
shitty for the fans, you know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like I'm not saying that it's not, because like when people want certain things that are at least doable, it can cause quite an uproar. But it sucks for CMs because like they'll be like, yeah, like I've suggested these things and they don't care, kind of deal a lot of the time, you know.
I mean, it reminds me of when Combo Fiend had to call the characters functions, like that's such a corporate line that this is what you tell people if they ask about the X-Men. This is what Disney approved of us to say.
And also, that wasn't like what Peter was hired for.
Yeah.
That wasn't his job. He was not supposed to be in the spotlight like that.
Yeah.
So that just sucked all around.
he said what was probably the best thing at the time kind of deal that he could say, you know, and it just obviously it didn't sit right with anybody because, you know, we all wanted X-Men or we all wanted this or that, you know what I mean? So
it's just a poor way to put it when somebody's like, yo, I want to play Wolverine. He's like, well, play Black Panther. It's the same thing. Like, no, it's not. It's not the same. Shut up.
Vibranium Claw.
Dude, that's why I get so mad when fucking people are like, man, I miss playing Marvel, and then YLT Cole is like, oh, play Power Rangers. I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking play Power Rangers. Power Rangers is not Marvel. Like, the IP matters, you know?
There's also the fact that, like, they are, for their similarities, they are different games. Right?
Well,
like,
yeah, no, they're extremely different.
So like it's like when early on when people were like, oh yeah, I want to play Marvel 2 again, and then a lot of people were like, well, you should play Skullgirls, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's based off of certain things that happened in that game, but it's not Marvel 2.
Right.
I want to play Marvel 2. I don't want to play Skullgirls, or maybe, you know, or with Marvel 3, I want to play Marvel 3. I don't want to play Power Rangers. Right? They're just different games. And like even without like the IP aspect, you could just say that those were two games that had no like IP that people were known for. If they liked game 1 for X reason, and X reason is not in game 2, you can't tell them to play game 2. Like,
I mean, it's always been that way. Everyone's like, oh, okay, Dragon Ball's the new Marvel. BB Tag is the new Marvel. You know, Power Rangers is the new Marvel.
One, man. Fucking.
But everyone,
listen, you can do a lot of
completely different. Like, it's just.
Yeah. That's also why, like, even though I am a proponent of rollback netcode rather than delay based, I really hate when somebody's like, man, you know, like, I really wish my game had good netcode, or somebody goes, oh, we'll play this game instead. Like, no, that's not what I'm wishing for. I'm not wishing that some games have good netcode so I can go play those games. I'm wishing the game that I love had good netcode so I can play the game I love.
Yeah.
That's such a shitty... And I'm definitely guilty of it, especially when I like was having a KI. Like, I was like, yo, play KI. This game is good netcode. But it took me a while to realize that that's not what people are.
Right.
That's all they want. They don't want to be forced to play a different game. They want to play the game they love in a not shitty way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's I think it's a lot like you know, like I hear MVCI's got like great netcode, right? But I didn't like that
pretty
game.
good. It's pretty.
I didn't
good.
like that game. Right.
Yeah. So then why would you play it?
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, like, okay, maybe I want to play Marvel 3 because I mean, like, it's me. But but that game's netcode is awful.
Marvel
like,
3, yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, that was
on the regular.
That was where the phrase "playing underwater" really felt accurate. Marvel 3. I remember trying to play that online, and it was just like, this is impossible. Like, it's just, it was not going to happen.
Yeah,
there was certain connections I had that were like, okay, you know, this is passable, I guess. Like, I'm not saying like I would write home about it, but it was at least playable sometimes. And then, but yeah, more often than not, it was not.
But I mean, it's really interesting because, you know, we've had Keats and we've had Mike Z on the Tuesday show recently, and they're talking about all the netcode stuff. And yeah, I mean, the way delay-based netcode work is just, it's the easiest way to do it. So that's why everyone was lazy about it. And, you know, there wasn't...
Yeah, for sure. And I also hear a lot of people, especially in American FGC Twitter, will go, the reason the Japanese don't change is because of netcode, because the infrastructure in Japan is so good. That's not true. Like, lots of Japanese players complain about how shitty, like, Grand Blue netcode is and older Street Fighter netcode. And, like, if you go to the fucking arcades in Japan and look at Street Fighter 5 on the connected network and it's skipping all over the place, no one's playing it in an arcade. Like, they have the same problems we do.
Street Fighter 5 in arcade is actually worse than playing it online at home.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like,
it's really bad.
I've seen it in person.
So bad.
It's crazy. But another thing is, it's not just like so like, yeah, sure, they have great infrastructure or whatever, right? Like you could pretend that that's like the exact reason. But one of the big things is Japanese companies are the most stubborn, like stick to their ways sort of thing, like type of people that like it's just like that. It's super unfortunate. But when you had Mike Z on the Tuesday show for you guys, one of the things that was really cool, and this kind of harkens back to telling somebody to play another game that has good netcode. Mike Z said on Tuesday show, he was like, I don't want to do this, like, I'm not doing this so that, like, people can buy Skullgirls or whatever.
Right.
You know, they make no money off it at this point, right? Because it sells for, like, $2.
Right.
He wants people to be able to go play X game and not throw their controller at the television screen, kind of deal. Yeah. Like, whatever it is.
He
and
basically
so
said...
that's, like...
Yeah,
I feel like that's a big difference in, like, Western versus Japanese mentality, like, in terms of devs. Because, like, I guess you could say, like, a Western dev would be a little more open to the idea, whereas, like, a Japanese dev would be like, we made it, it works, game sells, good enough.
Yeah.
Like,
not only that,
one of the big things... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying, but not only that, but it's like they kind of have this weird proprietary kind of, like... You know, like, oh, well, if we design it, we don't want our competitors to copy this kind of thing, you know. We don't, and, you know, Mike Z, like you said, he was like, I'm trying to give this away for free because I just want it to be better for everybody. Because remember, they were also the ones that made the driver to make PS3 controllers work on PS4.
That's true, yeah.
And gave it away for free. Mm-hmm. And people just didn't use it. One of the only modern fighting games at the time that used it was Guilty Gear.
Yeah, and Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V did use it for a little bit. So.
It was completely different than how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because remember, you needed to, like, sync a controller.
Yeah.
And you had to go in a particular menu. Whereas if you played Guilty Gear, you plugged in the controller, and it even told you what controller was plugged in.
Right.
Like it was like, yeah, this is a PS3 hoary rap. Like, and I was like, why do you recognize my controller from 1982, bro? Like, what is going on here?
And it's there. It was there for everyone to use, and people wouldn't even use it right. So, but I mean, it feels like it's changing a little bit, right? Because we've had the Undernight dev talking about how he's trying to put rollback netcode into Undernight, and he's.
I remember he was asking about it on Twitter, but he never really specifically said that he was going to do it. I could be wrong.
So it was never officially said he was going to do it as a thing, but what he was doing, he keeps tweeting out like, I'm trying to make it work, but I'm running into issues and stuff like that. And so, what happened to my Discord? Uh-oh. Hey guys.
Lost his camera again.
Oh god, yeah, my Discord disconnected again, so there we go.
God damn it.
That means your camera's gone, bro.
Yeah, I know. Hang on a second.
Do you want to just restart the call?
No, it should be okay, I think. Can you hear?
So, I guess we lost James at one point, guys.
Yeah, you guys lost.
Yes, we can hear you.
It's this stupid camera thing again. I think it's just because the two applications keep trying to fight for my camera. And so now it's all messed up again here. Do you want me to try restarting the call real quick?
I mean, it might help. I don't know.
All right.
Whatever you think helps.
Whatever you think is the best idea, my friend.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
We do have a couple of pieces of news to get to.
Oh boy. Stupid garbage thing here.
God damn it, James.
Yeah, I know, right? Alright. I'm just gonna do it you're not gonna be able to... I
did want to go more into depth. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You're not gonna be able to see me on your guys' stream again, so that's just... We're doing that.
Oh, you're just gonna do the thing where you
I'm just using my local camera.
God
here.
Damn it.
Sorry. So
my whole podcast experience is ruined now.
So if I flip you off or anything like that, you're gonna find out only delayed. Basically, is how it's gonna.
I mean,
work.
I'm not even watching the stream, so. Yeah, basically, you just put yourself in delay based netcode, James.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh man. I mean, we were talking a little bit about Sam's show earlier, and because Aroha is supposedly coming out. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about, your thoughts on the character so far.
What a
so we know
joke.
we know nothing about her her recent iteration, other than she may have some of the same stuff from like older games, I guess.
Right.
That character is fan service.
Yeah.
No, totally. Like that's actually her canonical like fan service. Like she's actually like canonically fan service.
Right.
It's fucking gross.
And you know what the funniest thing about it is too is that the person making the current Sam show didn't want to put her in because she was fan service. Like, it's actually said that he refused to put her in, but every poll they put out of what character do you want to see, she won like every poll, and he was like, fine, you know.
Yeah, of course she won every poll.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll give you 2 big reasons why.
Same reasons why that Tifa is so damn popular,
I
right?
can give you 4 now, because apparently we found out she has fat booty cheeks.
She got
too.
them cheeks.
Yeah, she got fat booty cheeks too. So I can give you 4 now. It's more than 2 at this point.
Did you guys see the Sam Show Twitter account said we're all horny on main tonight?
Yeah, yes. I did.
My favorite was they asked or they told someone to see them in Sam Show as like a Twitter reply.
Yeah.
And my man's Laban, my twin brother Laban, he replied to it. He was like, "I've been trying, but your netcode or your online fucking sucks." Or something like that.
Oh shit! Oh
shit,
damn!
Trash.
Oh god!
But yeah, did you see also Damon? I don't know if he still works for Capcom, but he used to.
Yeah.
Tweeted that it was in bad taste.
Yeah.
I heavy disagree.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think that is fucking brilliant.
I do too. I
don't think it's brilliant.
Because, I mean, right now, what it feels like to me is that, you know, a lot of it, there's just so many companies out there that all they do is just try to, like, go with all the memes and stuff like that, you know, and it's, I don't know, it's like, if you do it right, I think it works, and in this case, I feel like it kind of worked, just because that's Iroha, you know, that's just how she is.
And, like,
it's on brand.
Yeah, exactly. And their game is like fucking children slashing each other up and shit. Like this is not a game for children. Like it's a fucked up game.
Well, I don't think that's what he was worried about. I just think he's just worried about the fact that, you know, brands trying to be, you know, with it and all this stuff. And I think, you know, it's just, I don't know. I see all these, you know, Twitter, you know, corporate Twitters, you know, gaining popularity by being clever and all this stuff. And, you know, in the end, it's all kind of, I don't know, like disingenuous, I guess.
I get what you're saying, and I don't think you're wrong. I'm just saying in this particular instance, I feel like that was pretty on brand for what it was, considering we just talked about the character was literally made to be fan service,
right?
And it's also canonically about fan service. So, and then like everything that was going on after the character got announced or like shown off that morning or whatever, everybody was like saying horny shit about her, right? So it's like,
right.
I feel like whomever was doing the posting on that account was just capitalizing. Like, they were just doing their job.
Yeah,
basically.
I think so too.
And I mean, like, look, everybody's talking about it. They just like
that's true too. That's true.
If I was a social media person for a company like that, I'd do the same shit for sure.
Yeah.
Like even the Arxis account is like nothing but meme.
Yeah, and in fact, even at one point in time was joking that they were gonna stop the memes, you know.
Yeah, and then he tweeted out that he got replaced or whatever. It was like questionable too. It's like, wait a minute, are they serious? So then a few hours later, it's clear that it was just him or her or whoever.
Yeah, so I probably shouldn't answer that. Actually, I don't know if I should.
Whoa.
But, the reason why that started too was someone who has been long since known for a number of years to be basically a piece of shit. Had been got super mad when they tweeted a meme, right? And like he wrote like a 6-page essay in a single tweet or some shit. Like he was mad, angry about it. And so they were like, "Fuck it, we'll make this joke. We'll pretend to not do memes or whatever." And like. At the same time, that itself was like a meme, and it was mad funny. Like, they did a great job on it, I feel like.
Huh. Jeez.
But, yeah, so that guy, just... for a long time was around for Dustloop forums era, and he was also ridiculed and made fun of on there because of how much of a piece of shit he is.
Okay.
So just throwing that out there.
Fair enough.
And his name was James Chen.
Shut up,
Cena,
dude. Isaiah purposely didn't say my name because he was trying to protect me. Okay.
Say my name. I would not protect you. Throwing you right under the bus, James.
Oh man.
Damn.
I see how it works. Works. There is no loyalty. There's no brotherhood in here in the FGC.
No. Listen, man. This commentary game is a dog eat dog.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, man. How many
Speaking
people
truth
here?
here.
How many people here have had their Twitter suspended? Only me. So.
I got close a little while back.
Really?
Yeah. I received a warning from Twitter at one point.
Dude, what did you say to Kyle P on Twitter, dude?
It was to a PNW person. I mean, no, it was at the time. You know how you got suspended because people were just trying to fuck with you. The same thing happened to me.
Okay.
I was speaking jokingly to a friend in PNW, Squawk, and I was like, he said some shit about like his character should get like these buffs or whatever, and I was like, boy, if you don't just shut that up, I'm gonna come beat your ass or something like I was just like, making jokes about it, right?
Yeah.
And so like this dude what like specifically targeted that tweet and used it to be like, oh, this person's threatening violence on Twitter, blah blah blah. And so like I received an email and my like. Actually, I think my Twitter did get closed for a number of hours, but I didn't know because I was on a plane coming back from an event. So we land and I get the email because I get the internet back, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I mean that's basically what happened with me. My account was suspended, and when I tried to go into it, it was like blah blah blah, click continue, and then it was back. But I was like, Jesus. Ugh. That's the way it works, man.
About to lose all your Twitter cloud, dude.
Yeah.
God, that would be terrifying, to be honest with you. So, because I mean, that's the worst thing about it is in this day and age, it's like it's so valuable, right? Twitter impressions and all this shit like that, dude. It's like so important. And,
it's especially important to someone like you or me, where this is like our livelihood.
Right. Exactly.
So. Yeah. I guess one of the other topics, since none of us know jack shit about our Iroha and have very few opinions, I guess. Other than that, she got the
my opinion on Iroha is fix a fucking netcode.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was one of our topics for today's.
That's it.
Because of like Samcho being like having an issue.
Fix it. Fix your lobbies. Actually, make real changes to the game. Like they did nothing with season 2. Here's some more characters. And a very tiny balance patch.
Oh, was it tiny?
It made some changes.
I mean, I felt like they did some stuff enough. I mean,
I don't know.
Tiny. But the thing is, like, I mean, a lot of these games these days don't really make big changes from season to season, right? I mean,
Street Fighter does.
BB Tag did.
BB Tag
Dragon Ball
did.
does.
Yeah.
BB Tag did, but it was the 1.3 patch, or was it 1.5? But and that doesn't technically count as a new season or anything.
Right.
So.
But I mean, even Street Fighter 5, like, I mean, it was in season 3 they added a second, V trigger, and then in season 5 they've added a second V skill. But honestly, outside of that, like in season 2 they took away invincible uppercuts, but like. Really, honestly,
even like the balance in that game though changes drastically.
Right. But there was some decent amount of balance changes in the season 2 patch, wasn't there? I mean, I saw from a lot of people
there was a lot of like universal shit that went down, but.
I guess another game that had big changes for season 2 was Soul Calibur, actually. Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur is like a different game.
Yeah.
I think they just didn't really do much, man.
I mean, it took till season 3 for Dragon Ball to get pretty different, right?
No, they balanced patch pretty hard from season 1 to 2.
Did
Yeah,
they?
it was
Oh,
season
okay.
2 to 3 that was the one that didn't exist, because they went into season 2 and they were very transparent about this,
Right.
that season 2 would maybe receive a few patches, but balance outside of that would not get much,
Okay.
if
But-
anything.
so
And they stuck to it.
So you're not even just talking about system changes. You're just talking about overall tweaks and balances.
Yeah, they
and
just
stuff
didn't
like
really
that.
do much.
Okay, that's fair.
Like
Yeah, I definitely thought-
Ukio got different. That's the most notable change.
Right, but I mean, the good characters were still good. Like Shizu
Yeah.
was still good. In fact, even
Yeah.
the first patch that nerfed Genjuro was probably more significant, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a big deal for a while. I remember a lot of Sam Show people talking about Genjiro.
Yeah, like that patch was fantastic. They made walk speeds universally faster. They made a lot of changes to the game that were.
I mean, they were probably terrified after the Evo results. You know, watching Evo and seeing, you know, Genjuro, you know, all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, look how
I hope
fast.
some other games take that to heart. I'm just throwing that one out there.
I mean, you remember what happened when NRS at CEO had Tanya in top 8.
Dude, have you ever heard KP Katana Prime tell a story about that?
No.
Wasn't he?
He's like-
He was sitting next to.
He was
to
sitting
Ed,
with
right?
Boone. Yeah, he was
and
sitting with
just like-
Boone, and Boone was calling the NRS office, screaming, "We need to fix this now!"
Really?
Like he was pissed. Yeah,
Holy shit.
he was like, "How the fuck did this get through testing?" Blah blah blah. Like he was pissed.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, he was super mad about it
Oh, my God. That's
because he
so
probably
funny.
didn't want people accusing the game of being pay to win. You know?
Right. But, I mean, the funny thing is, even after Tanya, then Alien was that way, and then Predator
Yeah,
was that
Alien
way.
wasn't nearly as good as Tanya though.
Oh, yeah,
So-
okay.
When that happens, though, because of the quick patch cycle that NRS games were known for back then, was the characters actually that strong, or was it like it was strong and they showed up for that tournament and no one had the counters yet and no one had any time to figure out any counters?
Tanya was that
Yeah,
good.
Tanya was...
Okay, but what about like Alien though? Because like I saw less of Alien winning after a little while.
Well,
Was
he
that
got
because of
nerfed. He got nerfed.
Okay.
Yeah, he got...
He got nerfed real hard too, but he was still like probably like top 2.
Because like I've seen that happen a lot, where people are like fucking livid about a character's balance at the very beginning of something, and then once like the game like fleshes out,
Yeah, it becomes
like
different.
you know, we figure out either the counters or oh, this isn't as strong as we
Yeah,
thought
no,
it was.
that wasn't the
this and
case for
that.
Tanya. She had like an invincible teleport that was safe.
Hey, okay, I was just wondering. 'cause, like,
Yeah,
'cause-
I mean,
It was real stupid.
And the worst thing about it, too, is even the way they nerfed her, too. She had 3 variations, and one of them was super fascinating, where she would fight on the top of her, you know, weapon. She would, like, stand on her weapon and bounce around. She had, like, all this airborne stuff. And they, like, nerfed all of the airborne stuff and then just made her like everybody else. Because when she first came out, I tried to use that other stance because it was so interesting and different, and it was the shitty variation. And, you know, they could have just...
James.
Yeah, they could have left that one as it was and nerfed everything else, but no, they nerfed like everything and just made the super basic ground version the optimal way to use her, and it was I was so sad about that, man.
Yeah, the reason I was wondering that is because like there's been far too many fucking times where something has gotten nerfed where it didn't need to be nerfed because we just needed to like take a few more months to like for people to flesh it out, kind of deal.
Yeah, like Genjuro.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to ask about that.
Okay,
I was actually
Genjuro
going to
main.
ask, was Genjuro that strong?
No,
or was it just that it was because...
Genjuro was mad good. Don't get me
Okay.
wrong. He was mad good, but they over nerfed him for sure.
Okay, alright.
They over nerfed this shit out. They took away all of his fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
they went too hard on him.
Sentinel from Marvel 3 is one of the famous
Vanilla
ones.
Marvel 3. It's
Yeah.
still to this day I am upset about that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, 1.3 million health might have probably still been a little too much, but they
It
nerfed
was a
him.
lot, but he needed it because he was so
Right.
fucking big. He was
Right.
getting hit left and right. He did like,
He had to worry about high-low mix-ups everywhere compared to every other character. You know, like, you know, there's the Ricky Ortiz, the jump light kick X Factor with Wolverine.
That wasn't in vanilla.
Yeah, but
Yeah, 'cause
everybody
you couldn't
could do
expect
Yeah, you could X Factor in the air. You could do jump, light kick, and call assist though.
Yeah. That's right.
And that always worked on Sentinel, whereas like it may not have worked on everybody with every character.
Well, dude, every other character was like, let me do jump fierce, which is an instant overhead, and then I could delay my chain into heavy kick, which will still combo whatever, you know. Like Sentinel got beat up, and it was kind of sad.
Like he needed the health just to move around the screen, basically, because like he was getting chipped and shit, and like. Yeah, he had like some cool like TAC stuff because before we found Infinites, he had some of the longer TAC combos. One of the few characters in the game at the very early beginning of Vanilla that people wanted to use TACs for because they were like, "Why the fuck would I ever do this originally?" Yeah. But like, yeah, he definitely needed that. Yeah, Kenjiro was like the Leroy of Sam Show during its Evo run. But the thing about I know for a fact that Leroy was definitely that strong. Yeah. Because I have seen Tekken players like give their constructive versions of why Leroy was so strong, not just the ones that were like, this character's fucking busted, this is some bullshit, I hate everyone kind of things. Like I've actually seen like the lists and shit of like, hey, so this does this and it causes this and that's why it's been strong.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that seems incredibly ridiculous by the game standards.
Yeah.
And like that's how he was.
I mean, honestly, I did think Genjiro was a little overpowered. I mean, he was a lot overpowered. But definitely didn't need to. I don't know. They did nerf him a little too much. They did. Just
they
like
took away everything.
Peach talks about in the chat, She-Hulk from Vanilla.
Damn it, dude. She-Hulk did not need what happened to her in Ultimate at all.
They just took away her slide, realistically.
Yeah. She was not like the strongest character in the game in Vanilla. Like, and a lot of her power came from when people were playing like Tron and Hagar Assist with her. That's where a lot of the power became because she could set up legitimate like inescapable like command grab situations and things like that with those two characters as assists. So it was like that's where a lot of power came from.
Right.
But, I mean, obviously she had other strong things.
Well, people used her for DHC glitch too.
There's that too,
and when that was taken away, what was the point?
Yeah.
Well, they took away slide, DHC glitch, her invincible assists. Like they took away like all this stuff from her, and it was just like I don't know if you guys need to do all this to her. Like
they even nerfed some of her wall bounce combos. Like certain things took up wall bounces now, so that her super didn't really combo anymore on people in certain situations. Yeah. They messed her up bad.
And then, like, it was like, what, J2H, a lot of people used to, or a lot of people now have to cancel it into TAC just to combo off it.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you could just combo off it if it hit, like, or whatever. So they had to do a TAC low to the ground so that it didn't actually activate the TAC, but it gave a ground bounce just to combo off of J2H.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays. But, like, before, it was like, oh, you could just, like... At least that's what I remember. It's been fucking 10 years or some shit. I don't remember exactly what it was. But she got overly nerfed.
I mean, I see. It's so funny because in the chat I see Cruel House say 1.0 was full of whackness, and Peach say I miss 1.0. Like, I mean, where do you stand on that right now, Brandon? Like, since I'm actually both
Marvel 3.
I think that was for KOF is what they're talking about. Actually.
Oh, are they talking about?
They're talking about 14.
Oh, okay.
Well, say Vanilla Marvel 3 was trash.
Okay.
Hey, okay, I'm on the opposite end. I'm not actually on the opposite end. I'm only on the opposite one in one aspect that I liked about Vanilla Marvel 3 versus Ultimate Marvel 3, and that was Dante. That's the only difference.
It's not like Dante was even bad in Ultimate, right?
I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he was bad. I'm just saying that, like, I want omnipotent, fucking, like, impossible to stop Dante. Because that character was not okay. And most people didn't realize it because of his execution barrier.
The only thing that I will probably miss the most about 1.0 was not having Zero have the stupid buff where he could fire the Buster off of his special moves off of everything.
Special cancel Busters, yeah.
Yeah, that was a little too much.
Buster cancel special, excuse me.
Yeah. Like,
but his Buster used to cause hard knockdown.
It did, yeah. It was.
People forget about how dumb that was.
His Buster was technically stronger in that regard. But being able to special cancel Buster or Buster cancel specials was another, like, it's like a power shift, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
it just gave him the ability to
for a different reason.
it gave him the ability to combo off of his little air dive knife thing, right? Because before he would OTG with that, and the only way he could combo off it is if he had a shadow actually hit him after the OTG. But then he got the Buster Shot, and then he could do all of that himself. Yeah, and I felt
lightning and blah blah blah. I mean, yeah, both versions of Zero are good.
No, they were both great. They were like wonderful. It was just that Zero like ended up getting technically buffed.
And, Sigma Nuts, the Grinning Oni. And actually, this is generation spacing, so I can say, suck my nuts, Grinning Oni.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Zero's never been bad in a fighting game. He is not. That's true. He was the best character in the game in SVC Chaos. One of the best characters, if not the best character in Tatsunoko.
Yep.
The list goes on.
Dude, he's busted in.
In Onimusha, I think it's called Onimusha Blade Wars. He was easily the best.
Wait, he was what? He was in there?
He's in that.
Yeah, he's in that game. I played the shit out of Onimusha Blade Warriors.
Dude,
of course you did.
I mean, look,
it's not the Zero you probably think it is. It's not Mega Man X Zero in Blade Warriors. I think it was Blade Warriors. Which version of fucking Onimusha was that?
Well, I will while you're looking that up, I will say he's also busted in Teppen as well. So
yeah. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to play Teppen, is because early on people were like, "Oh, Zero seems super good."
It's the Mega Man Zero. It's the Mega Man Zero one. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
So he was easily the best character in that game because he had his Z Saber not only had long reach, but it was also as fast as regular sword characters. It was, and that was one of those 3D Power Stone type games. So he was basically just on top. I never really super got in depth with that game, but just from a cursory amount of playing, I felt like that character was easily better than everybody else in that game.
Yeah, but I could be wrong. Isaiah mentioned SVC Chaos Cruel House. He had the Infinite, right? He had he was
the best character in the game.
He had the Tiger Knee Uppercut Infinite or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember what the Infinite was input wise, but he was if he touched you, you died, which was very very weird back for that.
It's funny because that's what we always used to joke about Akuma, but Zero is the more Akuma version of Akuma, really.
Yeah.
He's just never been bad.
Akuma was bad in what? MVC2.
MVC2, Children of the Atom. I mean, in MVC3, he was mostly just good as an assist or in the hands of Justin Wong. But
he's good in 3. He's good enough.
In three, he was definitely.
He's not top tier, but he's good. Yeah, he's
right.
Good.
Right,
but exactly, not top tier.
It's not like Zero, who's literally the best character in everything that he's
absolutely.
in.
Yeah, for sure. In Ultimate, Zero's.
That is definitely Capcom's favorite child.
Hey, that's cool because that's my favorite child.
Are you really?
Fuck a Zero.
I always thought Zero was too much of an edgelord. I'm just
dude, I like Zero, but I don't want him to be the best in every fucking fighting game.
He's not the best in every single one.
I just feel like he's so obvious of a character. It's he's properly boardroom constructed to be a likable character, and I don't know,
exactly.
That's kind of my biggest problem with him. But I'm also the guy that I'm the Leonardo fan, I'm the Cyclops fan. I like the leaders and everything, so I like I feel like that happened because of Optimus Prime, because after Optimus Prime, I had always been obsessed with the righteous, the good leaders, who are trying
you and fucking Mean Saltine, you're one and the same in this.
Oh, is he that way
too? Is a bit different for a lot of people. I feel like Optimus is legitimately cool, whereas some of them I don't like Cyclops at all.
The Cyclops is a fucking wiener.
Okay. There is certain things that are really cool about him, the fact that he
shoots lasers from his eyes.
No, that he takes his hand-to-hand combat training so seriously that he can actually outclass characters like Wolverine in a fist fight kind of deal. But it's he has to, right? Because he only has lasers and shit.
Right.
And I could go on a rant about this because I'm a fucking comic book nerd, but it's the rest of his character that I don't care about. He's he's just really boring to me. Like, the one unboring characteristic of him, I guess, is that like he's a womanizer. That's like it.
I mean, but that's like you can see the kind of theme for me, right? Because like in almost every example that I mentioned, you know, I think Zero is an edgelord. I think Raphael is an edgelord. I think Wolverine. I think Wolverine is an edgelord. You know, like
I'm a Michelangelo boy myself.
Oh yeah.
I have a second place thing. Like I like the characters that always fall short. Like Vegeta.
Yeah, they should,
Raphael.
by all means, be the strongest, but because of plot reasons, the main character is stronger than no other reason.
Like, just, you know, whatever. Like, yeah, that's the character that always wants to be the number one guy.
I always hate that, because I'm always like, this person trains 12 times harder than anybody else, and then, like, the main character is just like, yeah, I'm the main character, so I'm stronger than them.
So
like,
were you a Starscream fan, then?
It's a cruel reminder that the world is not fair, and
it is,
Sometimes, no matter how hard you work, you're just not going to be the fucking best.
So let me guess, Brandon. You're a Starscream fan, then, huh? You think he should have led?
No. I actually like Optimus.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering if you wanted him to lead the Decepticons.
See,
I should lead the Decepticons.
Scumbag.
All three of us like Optimus, right?
Well,
so that clearly is exactly what I was saying. Was that Optimus is different?
Yeah.
Like he's different than all the other like dumbass other characters.
I mean, you've heard the story from what Peter Cullen said, right? Why he made Optimus the way that he is in the cartoon was because his older brother was in the military or something like that, and he called him and told him that he was going to do this and auditioning for the role of the leader of the Autobots and stuff like that. And his brother was like, "Look, if you're going to play the leader and the hero, make him a real hero. Like, just actually make him a real hero instead of like, you know, one of these edgy kind of things." And he was like, okay. And so he went in there, and Optimus Prime turned out to be like, I mean, seriously, he's like the father that raised a generation of children, dude. I mean, seriously.
Hey, I'm a big fan. Like now that I know that his brother gave him that advice, that to me is the best advice that's ever been. I'm super happy that existed.
Yeah. I mean, there's that one show that's on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us. It's a documentary, and they go through all the different toys and stuff and how they came to be. It's great. Like, watch the He-Man episode, and you're just like, oh my god, this was like a dumpster fire that somehow succeeded, you know? And
the Turtles, too.
Yeah. and the Transformers one, they actually... It turns into a love of Optimus Prime episode towards the end, because they talk about that, and then they just keep talking about why Optimus Prime is just like the greatest thing ever. And I'm like tearing up like watching it, because I'm like, Optimus Prime is so good. Oh man. Yeah, Razalicious. It was the brother who gave him the advice to make Optimus Prime an actual hero and not like some edgy hero or something, but like be a genuine, good, you know, person who just wants to do right kind of thing.
So now I as much as I love these talks, I'm going to have to try and rein it in a little bit. We do have more topics to get to, perhaps. I know, I'm the big buzzkill.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm glad one of us is trying. So
hey, that's what we
agreed upon when we talk about.
Well, that's what we agreed upon when we originally started this. For these of you guys don't know, is like every now and then one of us has to be the asshole who reins it in.
Right.
So I'll take the bullet on this one.
Sure.
So the other things that could be talked about is we had slated both the MK11 update as a topic and the team tournament that's going to happen for Grand Blue Versus tonight, which is Team BB Tag versus Team Guilty Gear Xrd.
So they're basically taking that team tournament idea, but just focusing on the two games.
Yeah.
On just the two games. Okay.
Neither of those games won the original exhibition.
Yeah, but the two of the three people on Team Melty Blood are on Team BB Tag because they played BB Tag.
Oh, interesting.
So it may as well be Team Melty Blood.
Who's not there? Goichi?
No. It was a different Melty Blood team. Goichi wasn't on that one, was he?
Oh, I see. I thought
I think he was. I thought he was on the one that won.
Oh, okay, no, he was. It's just that fucking Koji Cog did so well that like I forgot.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Goichi is not on the BB Tag team, and obviously not on the Guilty Gear team either.
I'm trying to find the list of the players here.
The team tournament, I have the right here. Do you want them?
Okay.
So Team BB Tag is Dora, Tomorello, Noble, Nezu, Koji Cog, Kyosei, Tsujikawa, Kubo, Minami, and Domi. All of those names you may recognize from a myriad of different games, but they all played either BlazBlue or BB Tag at one point or another. And then on Guilty Gear side, you're going to see Teresa, Roy. I always mess that. I always call him Roy, but I believe that one's Roy. Summit, Consomme, Mochi, Chuara, Kaku, Omido, Taco, and Daiji. Teresa obviously being the jam, who plays Charlotta in this game. Summit is the chip player.
Yes.
Consomme plays Potemkin, etc., right? So that's going to be going on mad late. It's what, 8 a.m.?
5 a.m. PST.
Yeah, 5 a.m. PST.
But look at that. It's going to have an English rebroadcast on Panda Global. That's pretty cool.
Exclusively on Panda.
Exclusively. Which team do you got? I mean, I feel like I know.
This is fucking free for BB Tag. This shit is free as fuck.
I don't know if it'll be free, but I like BB Tag for sure.
I mean,
maybe not free,
obviously with how well KOG did and Kubo did and everybody, but I'm always going to be the Guilty Gear man at heart, so I'm going to root for the Guilty Gear team.
There's only one time when I'm going to cheer for Guilty Gear, and that's when an Omito steps up to bat. That's the only time I'm going to cheer for
because you want Narmaya to do well, huh?
Yeah, that's right. You're goddamn right, I do.
Horny on main.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just like the Sam Show Twitter account said, man. Tonight.
Everyone's horny on main.
Jesus. Boy.
Dude, fucking BB Tag. I think that team should take it.
I don't think it's a question for me. Maybe it's not free like you're saying, but I don't think it's a question for me. I could be wrong, obviously. I could just be a fucking fool.
Dora is a big fan of TuboWare commentary, so I'm cheering for Dora's team.
Dora's fucking hilarious.
Here's my.
I've known that guy for years at this point. He's so wacky.
Did you guys see any of the NLBC versus Reddit Street Fighter event that was on?
It was a 1v1.
Yeah, so that's what I was about to ask. With these team tournaments and stuff like that, does it feel like you get any? So Rushdown beat everybody on. He went first, beat everybody on NLBC except for the last player who was Idom.
It was Idom.
And then Idom beat everybody on Team RSF. So literally only two people played. Yeah.
Why are they doing a Pokemon style? That's whack. Make everybody play each other.
Yeah, I think it should have been more. What is it, Waseda or something? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's Waseda and Pokemon.
Yeah.
1 plays 1, 2 plays 2, 3 plays 3.
I think it should have been.
And then when those players lose, you eliminate them and you go down the line again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I agree.
In this 10v10, I do not think it'll be a 1v1 at all. I don't think it'll be a 1v1.
Is it going to be Waseda, you think?
Oh, I meant in the sense that one team member is vastly better than the other players kind of deal.
Okay.
I don't think there is an IDOM to Koji Cog is the closest thing to being IDOM.
Right, exactly. That's what I was about to say. The only way it happens is if they throw KOG up first and he ends up beating everybody. So
I just wonder if KOG is going to play Zoe the whole time instead of Ladiva.
Oh, has he been messing with Zoe?
No way.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot of Zoe.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Ladiva's so good. Man, I can't stand Grand Blue players that try to downplay Ladiva.
I don't understand why they did it so much when the game first came out, but I feel like a lot of people have come around, finally figured it out. I felt like from the beginning she had everything that she needed.
She's so fucking obvious she was good, and I have a friend who I will not name that I've been arguing with this since day one in one of my cats. Me and Keats have been telling this friend that dude, clearly it's very clear that Ladiva is extremely strong.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree.
Everything that a grappler could ever want and more. But he would go, people just order the match, blah blah blah, yada. Shut up, no. I see the toolkit that this character has. I'm not insane.
That's annoying. Who would downplay their main character all the time like that, dude? God. That sounds frustrating to deal with, dude.
I don't do that though. It really pisses me off.
I know, right? I mean, I don't think you'd do that. I don't think Isaiah would do that either.
I've definitely never. Well, have I done that? I feel like I've done it as a joke, but
yeah,
I don't know if I've like actually.
I'm usually the guy telling people that my character's better than people think.
I'm trying.
Exactly.
I'm just trying to not so subtly call myself out here, you know.
No, we know. We're just playing along with it. Like, we know you downplayed Cammy. Like, we get it. Cammy was godlike. We all understand. We make jokes about it every week.
It's like Cammy is godlike. Kyle P is your mortal enemy. That's the way it is.
Yeah, stop downplaying Lucia, James.
Dude, I'm telling you, top 5 for sure.
Because
that's
James
the
thinks
rule.
she's bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Mid high is what it is, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, mid-high is still pretty good. Like, mid-high is, like, definitely a character that can win.
I mean, mid-high, yeah. I mean, but that's Street Fighter V right now. I don't think there's a bad character in the game right now. So I feel like everybody is pretty legit.
I think Street Fighter V suffers from a lot of why I play this character when this other character does the same exact thing, but better.
Mm-hmm.
That can be the problem with characters with large rosters. It's just, unfortunately, you get some overlap in concepts when characters, like, exist. So it just happens.
Because I feel like Xer doesn't have that problem, or
Granblue
doesn't really have that problem. And
I mean, Granblue and Exer don't have nearly the cast size as Street Fighter V.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Like that was my point.
I mean, Granblue right now doesn't. But doesn't Exer have like 30 characters?
What, Street Fighter V?
Exer?
Oh, Exer? No, I don't think it has that many characters.
That's a lot. That has at least 24. That is at least 24.
24 sounds more accurate to me.
Let's see here. I will do the count here. Let's see if I can find the list of characters. You think that something like this would
just go to the Dustloop wiki.
That's probably a good idea, yeah. Dustloop.com. Wiki main page. Where's Rev 2? Exit Rev 2.
Yeah, my point is a roster size of like Street Fighter V size runs into that issue far more often than anybody else.
Yeah. 25 characters. Yeah, but then also though, you know, to Tubo's point though, also is that it's not even just necessarily the roster size, but Street Fighter V is obviously very limited in kind of how far they're willing to let the characters go nuts until recently. But even still, because the main overall mix-up is universal to the game, which is the throw shimmy, you know, kind of, you know, because of that, then some characters, I mean, Street Fighter V every season has had that problem, literally where Karen and Cammy keep replacing each other as the better Karen, Cammy, Sakura, you know, that kind of thing. So
hey man, it was Chun, Karen, Cammy in season 1, and then it was Karen and Cammy fighting for it for the rest of that afterwards. They stuck a knife in Chun.
Yeah, well, she's good again. She's good now.
She's not nearly as good as she was.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, season 1, Chun was not Genjuro levels of broken, but you know.
I don't use the word broken lightly at all. Like, I'm not a big fan of it.
That's actually one of my pet peeves in the FGC.
Thank you.
Like, people calling shit broken. It's not broken.
It's like I feel like it's been so many years that like certain words have like lost their meaning. You know what I mean? Like and broken is easily one of them.
Oh,
I mean, because games don't release shit that's actually broken anymore. I would say like the closest thing would have been like what, Leroy, and that wasn't broken. He was just overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't really aware of what broken is these days.
That's what I'm saying. Like the handcuff glitch for Guile. That's literally broken.
Right.
Game not operating as intended.
Yeah,
that's what broken means.
I mean, even if you just want to talk about it in terms of tiers, like I still think Nako in CVS1 is like one of the most broken characters that's like ever been in a game that was not like clearly breaking a game, you know, kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, usually when broken comes up, people talk about balance, so I try to explain it to them as if I'm only speaking about balance and not like just like, oh yeah, the game is not working as intended. And even then, I still feel like broken has a particular definition in that regard, and it's that no other character in the game has the tools to fight this character,
Right.
and this character also has far more tools than any other character in this game.
Like Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, like Ivan Ooze, you know, ST, like Akuma.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day. Like, you know, there was a point of contention for Kokonoi and BB, but for whatever fucking reason, that character did not win Evo.
Right.
And in fact, there was 0 Kokonois in top 8 that year.
I mean, that's the way it always works, right? I mean, the story during Soul Calibur 5... Which one was the one where Hilda had the broken glitch?
3, and it was more than just the broken glitch.
Right.
She had a lot more stuff.
And I still remember the story that, you know, Evo decided not to ban Hilda, and a lot of people were mad, and I think Eris, like, had a bet with Wizard that Hilda was going to win Evo, and Wizard said, I bet you she's not. And she didn't. She got 3rd place, but clearly she was the best character anyway. But that's just how it always works, you know? It's weird how that always happens. It's like... But then again, I also feel like it happens because, one, you know, when there isn't as much money on the line, people will play characters with the pride idea that they don't want to use the broken character, you know. So that's usually a way that a lot of people try to, you know, why we don't see the best character win a lot of the times in these tournaments.
Yeah, I meant to say 4, Renato. Sorry, that was the. I said 3 because she wasn't. It was just an accident.
Oh,
but,
it was a 4. Okay.
That actually makes me remember something. I had played a set of BB Tag a little while ago. I can't remember exactly when, with a local player who's going to remain nameless. And
Kyle P.
Kyle P.
It was he doesn't play again. But I was playing Adachi Susanoo, which is like my fun team, right? That's just the team I just play for, like just for shits and giggles because it's hilarious. And I had done a few things that is really strong because Adachi is an incredibly strong character in this version, right? And so in the Discord chat, I would see, this thing about Adachi is broken, right? And like I was just like, all right, he's just salty, right? So I was just like, whatever, who gives a fuck? Then he would counterpick and then do something that beats it, and then he would say, oh yeah, this move is broken, the thing that beat it. and then something else happened. Yeah. So like and then something else happened, and he also said that was broken. So I'm like, what is even the meaning? like what is like? So was that move actually broken? If that thing is broken, that beat the thing that was broken, was the first thing broken at all?
Yeah.
Like
it's just salt. It's just salt. That's where I am too, right? I mean, I yell about everything. I call Honda brain dead and broken and everything. And
okay, but I hear that character is actually very very.
That's because you're playing against Dick.
Even when I
hear that character is brain dead, though.
Dude, I play against other people online too, and I mean, but that's just a particularly bad matchup. It is, because even the Lucia Discord hates that matchup. So, you know, it's not just me. But I mean, that character can be kind of brain dead, but I mean, he's not broken. He's not like clearly the best or anything like that, but it's just when you lose to him, you feel angry because it just doesn't make sense and it doesn't go the way that you feel like the game is supposed to go, you know? So it's so unusual and frustrating to deal with.
Yeah, I just think people need to understand the difference between something actually being broken and something being incredibly strong, because like something you call broken might actually be broken, but they could still be the best character in the game, right? Like Kokonoi at that time, like we all definitely thought she was like for sure broken because she had inescapable like death situations, like from round start being hit. If you got hit round start, she had the situation where you could just literally lose the game,
right,
which was completely non-existent in BlazBlue at the time. that no other character could just do that, right? But then she didn't even make top 8 at Evo, right? And then only a few American tournaments was she like running amok. By comparison, I guess I'll say. Like obviously she was very clearly the best character in the game. She was very clearly the strongest. She was very
mean,
clearly an incredibly good character.
My favorite story is still the what was it, Anime Ascension, or one of the tournaments?
Oh,
where,
yeah. I'll tell that story every day.
Where Breaker Dave...
About when Mori watched the Kokonoi.
Yeah.
Right?
Where Breaker Dave got slaughtered by Kokonoi, and then he turns around and, like, Mori's just laughing.
Yeah. So like Breaker Dave is getting beat up by Pain's Kokonoi. I believe it was Pain.
Yeah, it was.
Any of the other, Pain, Kokonoi. He's just running amok. Pain is, by the way, known to be one of the strongest anime players, like just period in America. So he always finds the broken shit, and he can always execute it perfectly. The broken shit. So he's beating up Breaker Dave. He's doing all the dumb Kokonoi stuff. He hits him. He kills him at round start, because Kokonoi can do that. And Mori is literally sitting in the chair, not even 10 feet away, like, from this match, watching it. And he turns around and he puts his hands up in the air and he's looking at Mori. And Mori's just like, laughing and pointing.
Hold that L.
Yep.
And for those of you who don't know, Mori, the creator of BlazBlue, just said "fuck you." Basically, he was just like, "That's hilarious." Like,
dude, I love
got destroyed, bro.
Such a great story, dude. Oh man, poor Breaker Dave. I don't think Bayonetta was actually broken in Smash 4, but very, very strong.
I don't know, man. I don't know enough about it to even have an opinion.
Okay.
So Smash 4 was the one that I didn't like a lot, so I didn't really play it a ton. Bayonetta was incredible. Super good character. Like, without even question. Definitely the best character in the game. She could...
But was...
So okay, obviously we know that she can 0 to death you, but like I guess I'll mention some other lesser-known facts about this character. Was her shield pressure was actually maybe just about incontestable, right?
Okay.
Shield pressure is basically what would be that game's equivalent of a block string, right? Whereas, but like in this game, like when you pressure someone's shield, there's a chance that they can get out using like several different options, right? Block strings, quote unquote, are a lot lesser in Smash, if you want to think about them like that. She could just keep doing stuff, because if you chose the wrong option, you literally died.
Right.
100% of the time.
Now, was she worse than what Meta Knight was in Brawl?
So Brawl was the game I actually have a ton of extensive knowledge in. But the problem is I have a lot less knowledge in Smash 4, so I can't tell you everything that goes on with her. But the way I like to explain Brawl to people is Meta Knight was the only character who was complete, and all the other characters were incomplete. If that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Outside of, I want to say, outside of characters like Falco and Snake in them, those were probably complete characters as well. But yeah, so Meta Knight was without a doubt the strongest character in that game at the time. Did not have a bad matchup. Maybe had one singular 5-5 matchup. But yeah. So.
It was funny because, I, as a Smash player back in Melee and Brawl, I was always just I play free-for-all with time, and, I just played with my friends, and we had a good time with items and everything. And Meta Knight sucks in that mode.
No, he's better.
Really?
You guys just didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
maybe that's just what it was, to be honest. Because the weird thing about it was, like, we could never kill anybody with Meta Knight. You know what I mean? Like, everybody would steal all the kills and stuff.
So if you don't know, Meta Knight actually used items better than any other character.
Oh, really?
Because he had he had like higher mobility than every character in the game in terms of not like run speed, but like just everything that he could do, right? And so he also had access to one of the best glide tosses in the game, which is a technique you can only perform when you have an item.
Oh,
and,
okay.
So a glide toss was you were canceling your roll into an item toss, right? This is the easiest way for me to explain this.
Okay.
And then instead of the roll ending, you kept the momentum of the roll, and so your character just fucking slid across the stage, right? Some characters could do this almost the whole stage, and then some characters would barely move like a character space away.
Interesting.
Meta Knight had one of the better ones in the game, right? And also, because he was Meta Knight, he had all these like crazy combo options that he could do if he hit you out. If the item that he tossed at you connected, he could easily combo off that and possibly just Edguard and kill you.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
So Meta Knight was not a character that killed you by like super high percent and then like hitting you with a forward smash kind of deal. Like, yeah, he could do that. And a lot of the time you died to that when it was like a glide attack, right? Glide attack was one of the best like kill moves in the game.
So even in a 4-player free-for-all, you know...
He was definitely one of the best characters by far. Because the way he killed you was he took you off stage and he put you in a situation where you couldn't come back because he took all your air options away.
Right, okay. Yeah. But, I mean, wouldn't somebody else then edge guard him because there's 2 other people, or is he just too mobile?
If you were trying to edge guard Meta Knight, I am afraid for your life.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you. Because the move that he would use to edge guard was either down air or, in certain cases, depending on the angle, up air. And a lot of people probably are, like, confused about that, but they hitbox on up air for whatever reason hit horizontally as well.
That was the little knife thing, right?
That was the one where he goes like he does like a rainbow arc, right? But for what it also hits in front of them. There are certain angles. So both of those moves hit in front and behind him. So if you were trying to edge guard him while he was hitting somebody off stage, there was a good chance that it would just swipe you while he was also hitting them.
Get right.
Yeah. Same thing with his neutral air. Just shit like that. Like
fair enough.
It was pretty hilarious as to how the character worked in free-for-all with items and stuff like that. But there were other characters that got stronger that weren't as strong because of items. You guys remember when Brawl was at EVO, Sonic and Rob were just like fucking things up. Right. Rob won the whole tournament. He definitely should not have won that tournament if there was no items. But yeah, Rob won the whole tournament. Sonic has the best Final Smash in the game.
Right.
And Smash Balls were on. Right, so that character's running him up.
Right.
Rob has one of the best Final Smashes.
And then Sonic also had the speed to get to all the items before anybody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could like say that, but I think the items are on low or whatever. The rule set fucking sucked. Okay. But it was pretty upsetting. But yeah, so Meta Knight was definitely better in, just as good, if not better, in free-for-all with items because of his use of items.
I like that comment from LDJ, who just says that, you know, Meta Knight, because he was always in the air, he also never tripped either.
Yeah. So there is that.
What a dumb mechanic.
For those of you who actually played Brawl, you would the amount of times that tripping was a big problem, you would not even notice it. There was only a few times where tripping fucked you up. And it got blown to like huge proportions for people outside of the community, I felt like.
Because it's something that shouldn't exist.
Absolutely not. But the number of games that I lost in tournament due to tripping was almost like non-existent.
Right.
The number of times I felt like I lost a match because of that. If you played Luigi, however, you probably tripped a lot. Because he had a higher tripping chance than any other character in the game.
Man.
Can't give Luigi a break. Fucking Nintendo.
Yeah, so that's
always second place.
Yeah, Luigi had a 2% per dash instead of 1. So one of the things that you could do to not trip, by the way, was to walk. If you were walking, you couldn't trip.
Oh, it was
a controllable factor.
Right.
Well, in certain regards. Obviously, certain things required a dash, and so you just had to like go, well, hopefully it doesn't hit the 1%, right? Right. But that was just like a factor that you had to play around. I just felt like me and a lot of other Brawl people I've talked to from back in the day felt like tripping was not nearly as bad in terms of making you lose.
Right. It wasn't as influential to the results as people were making it out to be, in other words, right?
It's like, it sucked, and it definitely should have never existed, but it did, and so, you know, you had to figure out ways to get around it, right? Like, obviously Sakurai didn't want Smash to be a competitive game in the first place, and that's why he put it in the game. But, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Would have been more accepted if more characters were like Meta Knight. I don't think so, because the way I look at how people complain about Smash Ultimate right now, they complain about it for reasons of like, oh, we hate camping and stuff like that, right? They hate that shit in Melee, they hate that shit in Ultimate. And Brawl had a lot of characters that could do like zoning and camping things were just stronger, right? Snake was one of the best characters in the game. That was just that dude was. Imagine if Zangief could throw grenades, right? just imagine if Zangief could throw grenades. And I'm not talking about any version of Zangief. I'm talking about the best version of Zangief,
right,
that has ever existed, right? Could throw grenades and also could set mines on the field that that reacted when you walked over them, or he could set a mine that reacted if you pressed a button,
right,
or he could throw a rocket launcher. Like, just this like he boy dealt damage. He hit hard, and he could zone you out. And he also had one of the highest weights in the game, so he never died, right? So he was just camping the shit out of you. This was one of the archetypes that was stronger in this game. Falco was one of the stronger characters in the game. He just shot lasers and ran away from you a lot of the time, right?
I mean, it was also a lot of, because of the game was a little slower speed too, right?
Yes.
So it was easier to
pace
escape
and very floaty in comparison to other Smash games, right? So that's one of the reasons why I do not think, even if characters were up to par with, say, Meta Knight, that that people would like it, because currently right now, people even before Ultimate and Smash 4 came out, right? When Melee was having its resurgence, you would see characters like Jigglypuff and Fox camp, right? Because for Fox, you didn't have to camp unless you were fighting Jigglypuff or Ice Climbers per se, right? But they were incredibly good at it. Every time that happens, the entire Smash fan base freaks the fuck out. They lose their shit.
They hate camping so much.
Dude, I can also attest to that, to Brawlhalla.
Oh,
it seems like
really?
anybody who plays those fucking like platform fighters, they do not want to be zoned out.
I hate it.
They hate it. They hate it so much.
I mean, the fact that they wanted to ban Jigglypuff in Melee, I mean, just because they're so sick of watching Hungrybox do his thing, dude. You got a crab tossed at him, dude. I mean, seriously.
That's true.
It's hilarious, too, because Jigglypuff would not succeed in the matchup versus Fox if he did not camp. He literally has to play like that, otherwise he will just get fucking destroyed.
Right, and that's fighting game players, I feel like, kind of understand that because we deal with zoning. But even in our world, people hate zoning now too, right? I mean, you always see people. I mean, look at what happened every time Injustice 2 came on the stream. You know,
that's a different situation.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a game where projectiles are dumb and interactables are dumber.
So that game, because of interactables, I think made zoners even stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Because interactables were unblockable,
right?
And they also a lot of them, I can't say all of them did because I'm forgetting a lot of them. Push you back full screen.
Yeah, a ton of them did.
So they basically just put you back in the same situation that you're like, all right, finally I navigated the neutral, right? I took a lot of chip damage for it, but I'm gonna get in there. Or whatever it is, and then you're pushed back full screen by an interactable.
And a lot of them were reusable. You could just sit at it and reuse it over and over again.
Right.
Yeah, and then you had to play a rock paper scissors game. Like, were they going to use the interactable as soon as you got within range of it, or were they going to shoot the fireball instead? Right. So like you actually had to think okay, I could counterplay the interactable, but that'll get me put back into the fireball.
But I mean, even for a while, like every time Justin would play Manat, everybody would complain about it.
That's just the new school dweebs.
Yeah.
Well, no, I definitely think that is just like everybody hates that to a certain degree,
right?
Subconsciously, because people want to play the game, right?
But that is
they don't
playing
feel
the
like
game.
they get to play the game if they're being zoned out. Well, I'm like,
oh, okay,
this
okay,
is the information I have understood from other people who have raged about zoning when I have them explain it to me. From what I understand is they're not feeling like they get to play if they get zoned out.
Right.
I feel. That's not always why people think it, but that's what I hear a lot.
Get good. Get good. That's all I have to say to you.
That's why I feel like in MK11 zoning is kind of nerfed a little bit. Compared to previous NRS games, they're so scared to make Wu even remotely good in Samurai Showdown. It's
dude, weird. I don't know, man. What's her face is pretty good.
It's
Boat Girl.
Which one?
The new Bow Girl DLC character.
Oh, Mina.
Yeah, Mina's good, dude.
Okay. So it feels like they've gotten brave again.
Sogetsu, yeah, he's a zoner too.
I think that character is pretty. I hear that his stuff was pretty good when he first came out, but I don't know if that people found counters to it or something.
He's just kind of gimmicky because he can control the bubble anywhere on the screen.
That's why a lot of people is because the level at which he was controlling the bubble was a bit strong. From what I saw, he could.
It takes forever to start up though.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a normal projectile. He has to summon it and throws it out, and then he can control it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's slow startup. But yeah, fucking Mina's good, and she can zone.
I mean, it's something that I guess is getting a slight bit set of nerfs in most games, but I feel like there's still characters that do it that are strong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, but it's just add that on top of chip damage, death, and invincible DPs, and all the other things that everybody is just always so mad about these days, and I
still don't understand why they took away invincible DPs in Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, I mean,
no one gets it.
The way the game has turned out, I get it. It makes sense for Street Fighter V, but that's because it was developed and balanced with no invincible DPs for 4 seasons. If the game had invincible DPs, they probably would have also balanced it to a good point right now, with the invincible DPs, but,
My only thing is if, you're going to take away DPs and take away the crush counter from them, too.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
It does seem a bit odd that a non-invincible attack would still be in crush counter state.
Yeah, it's real stupid.
It's
real stupid.
Tell that to my poor Lucia, who doesn't even have one of those, hey, on 3rd frame, I'm strike invincible. Her fastest strike invincible is frame 9 or some shit, and she's crush counterable on every single one of her DPs, dude. Ugh. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the joke, right? Well, Shige was the Milia player, so he doesn't want anybody to have DPs.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't want people to get it. Okay, real talk. Milia had a bunch of DP safe shit. I'm just going to tell you
yeah, of course she did, dude. It didn't even matter.
I the joke is funny to me, and I'll keep repeating it, but, it's definitely not the reason. Milia had DP safe shit. There was, of course, stuff that you could DP, yeah, but, after a while, I think a Milia player would be okay, I'm playing against someone with a Dragon Punch. I'm just gonna kind of be weary of that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely don't think people are as receptive to how difficult zoning can be too.
Dude,
it's frustrating, and it's especially frustrating for beginners.
Yes.
No, what I mean by difficulty is the zoning player has to make a lot of decisions that can be hard to make, and they also have to execute properly and stuff, and they have to react properly for them to keep up that game plan in a lot of games. Maybe not all of them, of course, but in a lot of games, I feel like it's difficult to be the zoner.
That's why it's interesting to play against and watch, at least from my point of view.
I don't think people appreciate it enough.
I really hope that Robocop is a zoner in Mortal Kombat 11.
It would seem weird for him to be, because he has limited mobility in movies, right?
Right.
So I feel like he would have limited mobility in Mortal Kombat.
Because that's the thing. Is
one of the best takes I had heard on this, by the way, this is a slight bit different than that, but is that they're glad that they put Robocop in the game because finally the stiff animations in Mortal Kombat will make sense.
Right, yeah. That's what I said.
David had tweeted that, yeah.
Yeah, I tweeted that as well, dude. I was like, this finally... But it's just it'll still be weird to see him doing all the combos, the jump combos and the whatever, and having the strings...
It was weird to see the Terminator do that for me. I was like, what the fuck?
So, yeah, exactly. Terminator looked weird to me for that reason. Just seeing him go, run at you and stuff. And I don't know, but I'm so torn on this Robocop thing because I don't know if you guys understand how much I love that movie, Robocop. I think
James, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm glad you brought this up.
Okay.
Did you say the 3rd Robocop is better than 1 or 2?
No. I said Robocop 1 is one of the greatest movies ever made. Robocop 2 was such a disappointment to me, and like is one of the worst movies ever made because of how bad it was compared to 1 and how it ruined all of the themes that 1 was good at, so much to the point that I was so numb and I knew Robocop 3 was terrible that by the time I watched Robocop 3, I was so desensitized and didn't care that I still hate 2 more than I hate 3, even though 3 is a dumpster fire. Basically. But it's just...
Man, I don't feel like 2 is that bad, but alright.
Dude, 2 is... God, what a fucking trash fire that movie was, dude. Seriously, dude. I hated 2. I mean, it's like... It's also kind of the same reason. Like, I've always wanted to joke that I wanted to do an Untitled on the first Transformers movie, Michael Bay movie, because that's my most hated movie of all time.
The first one?
Yeah, and see, objectively, I can understand that 2, 3, whatever, afterwards are all worse movies than that, but that's still not going to make it so that I don't hate the first Transformers movie the most out of every movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
I didn't even think it was that terrible.
Dude, that movie was fucking garbage, dude. Oh, like,
that was okay.
My best friend, after I saw it, so my brother had a free screening to go see it because he did movie reviews, and so I went and saw it. And my best friend the next day asked me, he was like, so, what did you think of the movie? I'm curious. And I was like, all right, let me describe to you what I thought of this movie. And the description that I came up with is probably the most brilliant description of how badly I hated that movie, which was, this is a preview for my Untitled if I ever do this, but I basically said, if I cloned myself and gave my clone the budget that Michael Bay had to make a Transformers movie that would piss me off as much as I could possibly try, because it's me and I know everything in the world that would piss me off because it's literally my clone, and I had the budget that Michael Bay had, I would not have done as good of a job as Michael Bay. That was my description. That was my description.
I thought that was where you were going with that.
That was my description on it. I can talk shit about that movie longer than that movie actually lasted, and that was a long fucking movie, dude.
So I have to ask you your opinion on this then.
Okay.
Specifically because we talked about Robocop, not because of the Transformers one.
Okay.
What are your feelings on the Judge Dredd movie?
You know, okay.
The Sylvester Stallone one.
I have never seen it. I'm not gonna lie.
Haven't?
I've not seen either Judge Dredd movie. No.
Okay. I haven't seen the non-Sylvester Stallone. I've only seen the Sylvester.
Okay. I've heard the non-Sylvester Stallone one's good. I haven't seen this.
I like it.
I saw the non-Sylvester one.
Oh, sorry. No, I like the Sylvester Stallone one.
I am the one.
And a lot of people obviously make fun of it because Sylvester Stallone was like had some pretty funny deliveries for his lines, of course. Obviously being I am the law and stuff like that. Or you betrayed the law.
Sorry,
he delivers every line super odd, right? Like,
yeah, I haven't seen it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
but I love it because of all that. It's
right,
so cheesy
yeah.
and hilarious to me. Like,
I mean, it's the reason why to this day there are people out there who like Street Fighter the movie.
Yeah, it's so awful
because it's so bad that it's funny, whereas The Legend of Chun-Li is just so non-existent and like
it's just bad.
It's just bad. And then
bad.
Chris Klein is just, I don't know what, dude. That was actually probably one of my favorite things that I ever got to do was Robin Shou, who plays Liu Kang in the Mortal Kombat movie. I got to interview him at Canada Cup because Lap Chi flew him and Cary Tagawa out there.
I heard about that.
And at the after party, I was just sitting there talking to Robin Shou. It was so weird. Like, it's just weird that this was even happening. But I was talking to him, and he played Gen in the Legend of Chun-Li. And I just asked him, I was like, what was the deal with Chris Klein, dude? Like, what was going on? And, bless Robin's heart, he was sticking up for Chris so much. He was like, it's kind of the director's fault, because, if it wasn't going well, the director should have said something, and da-da-da-da-da. But, he was trying to be so nice about... He was trying to be so nice about it. Oh, man. That movie was awful. God.
I've never seen it. I never will. I've also never seen the Dragon Ball live-action movie. I never fucking will.
I used to watch bad movies for sport, but I used to specifically watch the ones that we knew were bad funny.
Right.
You know? Like,
Yeah, I watch like a lot of those type of movies, but some of them are just like they hit too close to home.
Avatar live action movie. As an Avatar fan, I'm probably a little biased about this. That was just a bad movie. It was just not good.
I will not see it. I refuse to see it.
I refuse. I wish I had refused.
It was funny because
I've never seen that show at all.
Oh, you should watch the show. You should watch. It's all on Netflix now, dude. If Isaiah watches The Good Place, you watch Avatar. There you go. That's the deal right there.
It's easily one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. Yeah. Like, without question.
It was funny though, because like when it was my other best friend, when we went to go watch the Chun-Li movie in the theaters, he walked up and he's like, 1 ticket for The Legend of Chun-Li, and it was like at 10 in the morning, so we're like trying not to let anybody see us actually go watch the movie or anything like that. And then after he bought the ticket, I walked up and I was like, same. And my best friend was like, you can't get away with not saying the movie. And I was like, I think I just did.
Got him, coach.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
did they really call him Ung instead of Ong?
So there was several names mispronounced. It wasn't even just Aang's name mispronounced.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because M. Night Shyamalan thought that it would make more sense to give it a more... God, what did he say? It was fucking baffling. It was like not ethnic flavor, but like he like a more like just to be more foreign or whatever the fuck. Like I can't remember exactly what he said, but yeah. So like I was just like, what? Like this doesn't make any sense. None of this does.
The guy didn't watch the original at all, did he? Ugh.
He said that he did. So in the interviews, he was like, oh yeah, you know, I watch it with my kids all the time. We're big fans of the original cartoon.
Oh my God.
You know, in interviews and stuff, and then like you can.
But
tell
I have
that,
a different vision.
Yeah, no, like that's the only explanation is that he wanted to change everything about it, despite the fact that he's a big fan, right? Because for one example, so he made earthbenders require numerous amounts of them to lift a rock. For one. For two, firebenders required a source of their fire. They just didn't have pyrokinetic abilities. They had to have the fire be over there in a lamp or some shit use it. And then when Aang finally went in the Avatar state at the end of the movie, he's supposed to do this big ass tsunami wave or whatever, right? This wave is fucking tiny, dude. This thing is it was
womp, womp.
There's a bunch of other shit, but the point being is it was just super. He got a lot of white actors to play water tribe characters.
Right? Yeah.
Which is
I mean, it was very clear that the Avatar people made the Fire Nation very, directly Asian, Japanese, Chinese kind of thing. Well, actually more Japanese, and that the Air Kingdom was more Chinese, Tibetan kind of thing, and that the Water Tribe was more Pacific Islander, you know, it was very...
They were all different forms of, Asia, basically,
right.
was each tribe.
Yeah.
Right? And despite that fact, he got a bunch of white people to play the Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
Who are, historically darker Asians. And he...
Instead of making them darker Asians, let's make them lighter Asians.
You know what? I'm glad that M. Night Shyamalan finally stuck up for white people in Hollywood. Because we are just so underrepresented.
Dude, it's crazy to me how many people actually have that, thought process.
Oh, so many people are stupid.
Yeah, I remember explaining to someone one time, I think it's 16 Candles with Long Duck Dong in it, which is one of the most racist character depictions of an Asian ever. And I was like, I will never watch this movie. And she's like, it's one of my favorite movies. You should watch it. And I was like, I will never watch this movie because of this character. And she's like, but look, look at this. This one white girl over here also has really, she's a drug addict or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Yeah, but there's also a million other white characters that are good, bad, and everything. And this is the only Asian character in this movie, and he's a joke. Like, oh, God.
It happens with so many minorities in so many different movies. Like, obviously, the big stereotype of the token black guy for so long, right? Like,
for so long, still today.
Yeah,
still
I know,
today.
right?
But, like,
Speaking
yeah,
of
they just...
movies, the fucking very racist robots in the second one.
Oh, yeah, there were legit, actual racist robots in the second movie.
In which one?
Doing that reading stuff. A literal quote from the fucking robots.
What, in Transformers, or?
And Transformers.
Yeah, they acted like God.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know, I remember now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
dude,
they
Michael
acted
Bay
like your
being
country bumpkin black people who can't
Yeah.
even read kind of deal.
Dude,
Like,
Michael Bay being racist, I can't even imagine
No
that.
way.
Dude. I can't even process that at all, you know?
Come on, man. He made Bad Boys. How can he be racist?
Alright, I love Bad Boys. I can't touch that one. Bad Boys 1 and 2 are fucking great.
It was supposed to be dope, too. I haven't seen it, but I heard it was good.
Oh, the new
I
one?
watched it too.
Third one, yeah.
I think I used to own it.
Dude, I mean,
I don't.
it's one of the greatest, that was that line, when Dogface, you know, when he did the Dogface show, he interviewed Mike Ross and Gutex, and one of the questions he asked to Mike Ross was who's a better leader, Barack Obama or Optimus Prime? And Mike Ross said, I'm going to have to go with Barack Obama because Optimus Prime let the only black robot die. And I was like, okay, that's fair.
Literally the only black robot in the whole movie.
Oh, God, that drives me nuts, too. Anyways.
That reminds me.
died in
somebody
Transformers 1.
Somebody else asked that similar question. It was, who gives more motivational speeches, Captain America or Optimus Prime? And the entire internet was in an uproar about this shit, dude. It was so much, people were like, bro, have you heard Optimus Prime behind a Linkin Park song? Are you fucking kidding me? Like that kind of thing. Like, it was so funny. I just loved watching everybody try to defend it.
God, yeah, no, seriously, I'm about to go off on that Transformers movie again. I'm trying so hard not to do that right now. Oh, God, I'm trying to go off on it.
You just don't understand Michael Bay's genius.
They're fucking war machines, dude. They're fucking war machines. Why do they have veins sticking out everywhere? And why is it that when Bumblebee gets hit into a wall, he can't use his legs anymore, and Jazz gets ripped apart and he's dead? Like, they're fucking war machines. They've been battling in a space war for thousands of fucking years. They represent an entire army. Each robot is an army. You should shoot them and they should go through buildings and keep fucking fighting. Even though that other stupid Decepticon gets beheaded and can change into something else anyway, Bumblebee loses his legs and can't fucking scan a tow truck and transform into the tow truck. No, you gotta have what's-her-face drive him, because everybody isn't just fucking scanning every fucking vehicle and transforming into them instantaneously.
Yeah.
God damn, what a fucking stupid ass movie. God.
Yeah, but you have to understand, James, that if they are changing to different vehicles, it becomes hard to watch. Also, branding. All those cars were paid for by sponsors. That's how things work.
I went into that movie and I told myself one thing. I was like, it was like the Bechdel test for robots, dude. I was like, I just want to hear two robots talk to each other about the plot. If that happens in the movie, I will give the movie at least a pass. And that fucking did not happen. So fuck that movie. God damn, what a fucking stupid ass movie. Oh, God.
That movie is You know what? You're just a hater.
Yes, I am a hater. Because that movie fucking sucks, dude. Oh,
that is
my
the
God.
greatest movie to come out in the past 30 years.
Dude, I'm going to fucking stab you next time I see you, dude.
Oh, don't say that. You might get suspended on Twitch.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, fair enough. I would stab you with love. There you go.
I'll give you the biggest bear hug where your intestines come out, you know.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm crying.
Well, I think it's about that time, boys.
I definitely need someone to clip that. So like, at some point.
No, don't clip that. James is gonna get in trouble.
Dude.
I will stab you.
No, before that happened. Before that. No, come on.
Oh wait, no, clip that. I mean.
Oh my god, dude, you don't. Oh god, that movie. Fuck that movie.
James,
Jesus
what
Christ.
would make you more angry? Me going on and on about how great Transformers 1 is?
Okay.
Or me going on and on about how shitty the Lakers are as an organization?
As an organization?
Yeah, it's just an entirety.
I mean, that's just completely false, but...
I mean, yeah, but hearing someone talk about it, what would make you more angry?
Probably the Transformers one, honestly,
Yeah,
because
that's
to be
good.
honest with you, the reason why I made that comment about why I could not have done as good a job as Michael Bay is because if I wanted to piss myself off, I would have just made the shittiest movie humanly possible. But Michael Bay made the shittiest movie in a way that some people genuinely like it, and that, like, after I saw it and came out of the theater in the bathroom, I saw two people, like, talking to each other. They're like, yo, that movie was really good. And, like, I almost, like, attacked them. Like, I almost, like, wanted to go and wrestle with them and, like, punch them in the face. And that's what pissed me off so much, that he actually made it in a way that some people genuinely like the movie, and that is, like, I can't believe people actually like that movie, dude. Like, seriously.
Why are you so into physical violence? Like, what is up with you,
Dude,
my man?
Transformers is like my childhood. Like
You
that.
want to stab Brandon? You want to attack some random
trying to
people in a
fight
theater
some people in the
bathroom?
bathroom.
Like, God damn!
Now,
dude.
well, see, Brandon, now you know why I get the way I do when I play fighting games, you know?
Fighting games are real life right now.
I just
Just
get,
angry about Transformers, the whole thing.
I
the
just
Tekken
get,
stream. It all makes sense now.
dude, I just get mad. I'm super emotional, dude. That's how I am. When Tokido
James,
says
have you
fighting
ever
game,
been in a fight, though?
what's that?
I had.
Have you ever been in a fight, like an actual fight?
Not counting my brother?
Yeah, like with a person on the street,
No.
like school or
age
something.
10 or older. Have you ever been in a fight?
No, I don't think so.
They're not that angry.
Okay.
If you're not throwing punches, you're not that angry.
Can we have the people who made the Streets of Rage 4 put James in as a DLC character, please?
There's that one fighting game that Ryan Hart is in randomly.
Dude, Hell Pockets is in a game too, right?
Is he really?
Yeah, I think Hell Pockets
What
is...
am I doing with my life that Hell Pockets is in a game and not me?
God damn, dude! Wow,
Oh.
reaction right there.
Dang. Have we found Brandon's Kyle P here?
Dude, no. Okay, so what's gonna make you more angry, Brandon? Is it the Transformers or is it the is somebody comparing you to Hell?
Definitely. No. I like Chris. Chris is
I'm just
great.
fucking with you.
But if he's in a video game before me, what did I do wrong? Why am I not in a video game? What the fuck?
Hey, I've only been in one video game, and that's Yatagarasu so far,
Yatagarasu,
okay?
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
only
you and
game
David are
I've...
both in there, and Maximilian and Tokido.
Yeah, Kokojin. But yeah, no, I gotta do that Uncensored. You guys have rekindled my spirit, and I need to fucking, like, yell at shit and stuff, so... Yeah, Yatagarasu, they had that thing where you could pick your commentator to, like, cheer you on and stuff, and so I'm one of the commentators in that. So
And there's the good version, the neutral version, and the evil version.
oh yeah, that's right. We had so much speech that they kind of divided it into like the different categories or something.
Some of David's lines are real stupid, like him just making fart noises.
Of course.
That's that. Well, I mean that's James. Or David, excuse me.
Right.
This is David. Like.
Oh man. No, this is generation spacing, man. We don't hold back on language here, dude. We're not gonna.
Yeah,
be,
watch this. Fuck.
We're not gonna be Captain America
I
here.
don't know. I
Language.
was told not to say a particular word.
Yeah, please.
You're gonna
Look,
get banned from Evo. That's
The
why.
word of my people. Bro, you know I wore this shirt on Evo main stage when I fought Clockwork in Marvel 3, right? Like,
You're banned.
Look, you can say the certain versions of the word. I can't say anything unless I want to get banned again. So
Again.
Dude, I've said "suck my nuts, assholes" all the time because everyone wants me to say that everywhere. In fact, on my stream, I used to say "suck my nuts, Uncle Worry" if you subscribe to me. You know, I would actually tell people to suck my nuts, but then someone's like, "Can you make it more rated G or PG?" So I came up with Sigma nuts, cat butts, basically, instead, like this.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Although
actually, Brandon, when that happened, I wasn't really looking at Twitter, so I came in like the end of the day, and so I didn't know what was going on, but I knew someone got banned for saying the N-word, right? So my thought process was like, I don't know what's happening, but apparently I'm banned from Evo. Because, like, that shit isn't my daily vernacular. You're like, oh.
Oh, man. But just so people know, you are half black, so you have that ability to go there, whereas I do not. So, even though...
Yeah, hold that, James.
Yeah. Don't even mention Brandon. You can't.
Yeah, hold that, James.
You can't, James.
Listen, I am a straight, cis white male in America.
So
I can do whatever I want.
You can go storm the government building and yell at people with rifles and not get shot, dude.
Right? What the fuck?
They don't even get arrested.
Wild.
They don't even get arrested.
I know. Nothing's happened.
Bro, imagine if that was a group of black people. They would have brought in a fucking tank.
You don't have to imagine. This has happened. And people have been killed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm talking about in 2020. Like in 2020, it'd be the same shit.
Like,
well, the two guys who killed the jogger got arrested. They arrested
finally
them
after a gigantic fucking public outcry.
Right, exactly.
The problem with that though is like, okay, so he's gonna get arrested, right? The judge is gonna sentence to him like a year of prison,
right?
Or them to a year of prison, and then they're gonna get out in 2 months on good behavior. That's
right.
Like, it's just, and but the shit I was getting to is so there were black protesters protesting shit like, you know, violence against people and whatnot. There was no guns. They were non-disruptive. They wouldn't move, and they were in like a public park.
Oh yeah!
And immediately, all of them got arrested.
Yep.
Dude, I lived in St. Louis during the Black Lives Matter movement when it started.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was... I can tell you so many stories because my stepbrother was friends with a lot of cops. Of them leaving, like, super long shifts, like 24-hour shifts, and going to, like, a house party and just saying the most terrible fucking things I've ever heard.
Oh,
for example, I wish someone would get shot so I could leave early. Because apparently if you witness, you know, someone dying, essentially, you get to cut your shift early. Like, these cops, these actual police officers are saying shit like that. So, like, and this is what, 2016 that happened? 2015?
Jesus Christ.
6 years ago? Yeah.
My point was like, within the span of the same month, these two situations occurred where there was people trying to stop, like, everybody being locked up in a pandemic with guns. They're all white. They're freaking out because they can't get a goddamn haircut. And then in, you know, like, days before or days after, I can't remember which, black people did almost the same thing, but instead they were doing a peaceful protest about issues that mattered, and also they did not have guns.
Right.
And immediately they get arrested.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fucking whack, dude.
It's just so clear cut and, like, dry that it's like, how do you even refute any of this shit?
I know, right? It's crazy. Like, I just it's out there, plain as day. You know what I mean? It's just like the only reason why you're not gonna note it is because you feel like it's normal, like that it's justified in some way.
People get upset, like, when I say things like, I don't fuck with Republicans. Like,
right.
This is why, because Republicans are like, yo, Blue Lives Matter.
Well,
okay, dude.
Not anymore.
they're not intolerant of the intolerance, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
exactly. Yeah, we've talked about before the tolerance paradox. They are not intolerant of intolerance at all.
Well, it's like you could be a Republican and maybe you don't think that sort of thing matters, but and you do think that sort of thing matters. Excuse me, that, you know, black people are having issues and you actually care about it, right? But you don't actually care about it because you're voting for the people that don't give a shit and are actively attempting to harm it.
Exactly.
So, like, Like, it's, I don't know. I'm just upset. Like,
it sucks that it has to be so party driven like that too, because it's just the whole concept of having the political parties makes everyone want to double down on everything. You know what I mean? Because you have to feel like that you are right for having chosen the way that you've already started to lean politically, that you kind of double down into that kind of, you know, area.
That shit is impossible to escape from, that I've noticed, because you have to think about the fact that people will chastise you for the shit that you put on your pizza. Like, people will attempt to stab you for putting pineapples on a pizza.
People will try to stab you
and
for...
to be fair, they wouldn't be wrong. Pineapple does not belong on pizza.
I mean, look.
There's like my point though. Like,
right.
Also, it is 1 a.m. I gotta get to bed.
All right,
guys.
but I will.
Okay.
Let me just close on this thing though. But there are actually people out there who would be willing to stab each other, based off of Transformers the movie as well. I mean, come on. So you know.
All right, Shaw. Well, Brandon's got to get to bed. I'm sure the rest of us got to pretend to sleep.
God, right? Yeah.
James, James, you better actually go to bed. Goddammit.
I'm gonna try, dude. I'm gonna try. So, but Sigma Nuts, Cat Butts, the Forest 613 in the chat. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, I think after we stop this broadcast, like, Brandon's not even gonna move. I think that's it. He's in the look. That's it.
Yeah.
He's done.
Good.
Yeah, he's asleep. Yeah, I know. Death by poke. I'll try to do that at some point in time soon. Trust me. Thinking about looking into it this weekend. But all right. I guess we'll go ahead and have a formal ending for the first time ever here, just because Tubo looks like he's done at this point. So. And he's got to get to work tomorrow. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to some more Generation Spacing. Hope you guys... I am inspired to do my Uncensored on Transformers now, so expect that sometime soon. So.
All right, Shaw, have a good one.
All right.
Later, guys.
Peace out, guys.